Happy Father's Day.
Happy
We're
Father's
alive.
Day to me. Happy Father's Day to Happy Father's Day to all fathers. Happy Father's Day to me.
That's
Cut, cut.
awesome. So I'm gonna get a copyright strike because of that. No, I'm joking. Oh my goodness.
Uh,
Oh,
so I understand that my uh, number one favorite man, Jason, had a little surgery tonight,
he sure did.
and I wish
He
him the
did.
absolute. I wish him the absolute best luck. I love Jason, and I if you talk to him shortly after this, tell him to please text me and call me or send me a fire signal, a smoke signal.
A Thundercat.
uh,
Oh, look, KJ says, "Wow, Larry,"
hey
and then
KJ, I love you, baby.
and Mr. Wayne. He's around.
I figured she had Wayne working. Got to pay her bills.
And Tina Reddington said he's a good man, cute too. Oh
Uh,
well, let's see who she's talking
oh
about.
yeah, don't tell Kay that.
Oh,
She'll,
I
she'll
think
think
Mom might know.
Cat Roll Queen's coming after me.
She's mom, then yeah,
Yeah.
because I'd be the same
Uh,
way.
how you doing, baby?
I'm doing okay, I guess. Managing, detaching, and
Yeah,
stuff.
and I'm gonna take your uh, word to take you up on your word that you're going to get me a holder to hold this dang thing
A
instead of
state, yes,
just base bouncing around
they're
because
cheap.
I know.
They're too cheap not to have one, and they're
Well,
very handy. They're
I, I,
handy.
I'm a poor old retired man. I ain't rich like you
I'm
get
not either.
relatives.
$20. But I mean, mom, it's Father's Day and you should take care of my dad. Get you like at least prop him up some books or something instead of being on your phone and chat. Look at her and chat.
Hey, baby, I just love I love chatting with you, and I'm thank you for inviting me on your show because
Love
I
it.
can tell you right now, I don't want that cake. That's useless.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. uh, she went and got a fold up table and put it there for me to put the iPad on, and it'll be looking straight up my nose.
Oh,
No,
right. Yeah, you're not
I
like
yeah,
Laura
50
whore there.
years doing photography. I ain't gonna do that.
So men are about the phone angles too. So you have a good side and a bad side.
Who's that?
I'm asking you. Do you have a good side and a bad side?
Every human being on earth has a good bad side.
Well,
Oh,
I'm not talking about within. I'm just
yeah.
talking.
No, I'm talking about physically too. Everybody,
Yeah.
it's part of
Mhm.
life. You generally have a good side. My hair is perfect on one side
Yeah.
and terrible on the other side, and my beard's
Mhm.
perfect on one side and about 10% off on the other side. Oh, hell.
Yeah, and that
My
damn
right
gravity, it works.
my right arm is exceptionally stronger than my left arm.
Right? Right?
So
I sometimes practice writing with my left hand just to see, but I'm like, what if you ever had to, adapt and overcome? What if
well,
you ever don't have that use or whatever? But I
yeah.
really don't try that much.
Hey, thank God I've got all my sides.
There you go. That's definitely important. That's definitely important. Do you
Uh,
have any old wise advice for us youngsters? And by youngsters, I mean anybody else in this chat that's younger than 44.
well, I've got blue jeans, most older than probably the majority of your YouTube followers. All I can say is save your clothes because they all come back around.
They do. This is true. This is so true. everybody's just saying hi, and mom's in chat too.
Oh,
Um,
I don't see that. So all I
I
see is
know. I'm gonna
where
have to teach y'all how to use StreamYard.
I don't know how to do that, baby.
You look up and look and read.
Oh,
You see them on the side?
oh, I see that now. Yeah, okay. But it's not on.
Mhm.
It's not on my iPad though.
You look
Oh, okay.
right.
Yeah, I'll help you one day. I'll show you how to be able to see that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I
We're just
appreciate
winging it.
it. Until
Oh,
that time, you just keep doing what you're doing because I love it.
thank you. Thank you. I love it too. I love the community. Everybody here, they're so supportive, and they're here week after week, day after day, year after year. Now we're year after year. I mean,
Yeah,
we're going on for, it'll be, what is the date? Oh, it's June. Okay. Next month, it'll be 3 years, and
really?
since Uncle Charles.
Well, no. I thought
Yeah,
since
that's
you got
crazy though.
on
Whew.
YouTube, it
Oh
hadn't been
no.
years. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I've been watching
Sorry.
it for well, yeah.
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 It's crazy how, I mean, I'm like, oh my God, I'm missing a whole year. Do you ever feel like you're missing a gap of time from all this?
Baby, I have a hard time remembering. Look, I'm 75 years old. You think I remember everything? Now, I remember the fun things I did, absolutely.
Yeah.
The secret to life is just be happy and enjoy what you're doing. If you're not happy doing what you do something else.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. It's been crazy. It's been
It
crazy.
is. It is.
It,
But I'm very proud of you and so proud of your family and those children and you
yeah.
obviously know that Ash is so special to us, and
She's adorable.
she is.
She's
She's.
adorable.
Hey, did you see the pictures of her with the snake in New Orleans?
No, I don't really do Facebook. So if it's on
Okay,
Facebook, I don't see it.
okay, I'm gonna send them to you. Yeah,
Thank you, KJ. Thank you.
hey KJ, what you doing?
Don't you wish you could talk back on here?
Hey, make this like open forum where we can just all chat. And
I can throw the thing in
this,
there if she wants to jump on. Let me see if I can send that to her real quick. Hold on. You got to tell a story, and I'll send a link to her just in case. Not gonna put her on the spot at all. But if she wants to, then she can.
okay.
Um,
Love me
but
some.
so I'm doing that.
KJ. She could be my next door neighbor in a heartbeat.
Right?
She could be my
Copy.
sister from another mister.
Right. That's my sayings. You can. Oh, that's probably older than me too. Okay, KJ. And paste and send. Up to you, KJ. If you pop in, then we'll see you. You'll just show up. Hi, everybody. So glad y'all are here. I do want to share what KJ had posted on her community wall. Um, okay, photos. Yeah. Okay. It was very sweet when I saw that. I said, "Oh, sha." Um, my phone is like the abyss. Come on. Screen. Okay. Here we go. Screenshot. And it's slow. It's a dinosaur. But KJ put, as we celebrate all the fathers in our lives, let me share what old KJ feels about Charles Vallow. He was a biological father, he was a stepfather, and he was the father of an adopted child. He wore all those hats and with strength and love. It is my belief that he is now in the living embrace of his heavenly Father and is truly having the best Father's Day. Oh, truly having the best Father's Day. God bless all fathers on this special day. I just thought that was very sweet.
Thank
It
you,
was
Kate.
very
And I totally agree with you. Charles was a wonderful father, and he was the light of JJ's life. And I I totally agree with you. Thank you for those kind words.
awesome. Well, here, you can thank her yourself. She's there. She's just not on the screen. She
Oh,
just chose to turn her picture off, but she's there.
hey, wuss, turn your
Hi,
picture on.
hey, we're having T-bone steak for Father's Day. Are y'all coming to Tennessee?
Baby,
Yes.
Kay was up by y'all last week
Not
in Oxford, Mississippi, and she flew into Memphis. Pardon me. And you know, she was being selfish. She didn't go see you, but
Oh my God!
but
Shut up.
It's
She's a
Father's Day.
very
hey, KJ, if I would have been there, I would have gone seen you.
Me
well.
too.
We'll always have a steak waiting on you here in Tennessee. You're always welcome home here in Tennessee.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. I miss y'all, and I talk about y'all quite often. And I really did enjoy the we spent together. And honestly, I can't wait to spend that time together again. And I know you're going to be in Boise, so that's
Yes.
great. You're such a wonderful lady. I do. And and Mr. Wayne, he ain't bad either.
Well, Mr. Wayne wants to talk to you. Here he is.
Hey, Wayne,
Aw.
Hey Larry, how's it going today?
brother, it rained a little while ago.
Yeah, it did.
We've been pretty dry here.
Son, we've been past dry. 'Cause
Yeah, we have to.
it's dry. I was up at the farm. I must have been Friday or Saturday. I was up there, and my goodness, the grass is dry. It
Crunch
is.
under your feet.
Oh, it's 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 crazy dry.
Um,
And next week is going to be the worst week. That's what we told. It's going
well,
to be.
that's what they're saying. That's what
Around
they're
100 degrees.
right. That's what they're saying here. 100 degrees plus.
Yep.
Ooh,
That's not
that's hot.
good.
No, it's not good. The other part of it is, son, is when it does get an evening shower for a few hours, you have to deal with that humidity
Yep.
that it creates. And it's like being in a steam bath.
Yes, sir. Sure is.
You've been here. You understand it.
Yeah, I've been in that part of the country. I lived in Houston there for a few years. So yes,
Yes.
sir, I do. Yes.
Well, look, Wayne, you doing okay, son?
Doing great.
Good, good, good.
Yeah.
You need to give him your
Yeah.
phone.
How's it going? While I got you on here, I
Hey,
want to wish
Wayne.
you happy Father's Day.
I'm doing it right now. Whoa, got it.
Thank you. And I'm still waiting for your phone number.
Okay, I'll
sent
send
it.
that to you.
Okay, man.
No.
Please do that.
All right.
Thanks, Wayne.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, he was
No.
sitting in there watching a movie, and I ran in there, and I said, "There, can you believe it? It's Larry and Kresha and Kay's in the she's in the stream."
Beside me.
And he perked right up. He perked right up. He come up out of his easy chair real fast.
Well, I love being with y'all, and I'm so glad that we got to meet and enjoy our time together. And I truly look forward to visiting y'all in in the future.
Well,
And
could I ask you a question? I
Sure.
hope I don't put you on the spot.
No,
Could you tell me something that you remember about your childhood with your father?
what's that?
Something about your
Oh.
father growing up.
Let me tell you a story.
You
Yes.
pulled the string.
Yes.
Yes, I had 2 hours of just an unbelievable time. My youngest son and I sat down, and he wanted to know about his grandpa. and my dad. And so we spent 2 hours talking about him. And there's so many wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things that I remember about Dad. And you know, the one thing, and I've said this so many times, and I've told this to so many people in my life for my entire life. Life is generally very simple. It's a choice and a consequence. And Kresha, you know, I've said it. I mean, I just it can't. It just
I
really.
mostly heard the consequences part though.
Yeah. And
That's when I find out.
life is simple. It's a choice and a consequence. You want, you know, a good life, make good choices, and you won't generally have bad consequences. And just the reverse on the other. But anyhow, getting back to Daddy, I've seen. I think I even mentioned this one time when we were talking. My dad was at one time the youngest drill instructor in the United States Army during World War II. So Dad was kind of not kind of. My dad was a marvelous, wonderful, unbelievable teacher of life. And one of the things that I can so well remember about him, my dad was a unbelievable mechanic, and a mechanic, and not in a diesel mechanic or a motor mechanic, but a mechanic, a craftsman in life. And so Dad, when we were young, you had to hand him nails in a certain way. You never handed him a hammer with the hammer end. You never handed him a chisel with the sharp end. And you never rolled up an extension cord without plugging it in. So you had to calculate in your arm, because we rolled our extension cords at those times through our hands around our elbows. And
Yeah.
we made a roll, and we would hang our extension cords up. And so in life, you learned how many loops and how many loose loops you had to have, and how many tight loops you could have. And so after I got to the point in life, and another thing, never put a tool in his toolboxes that the directions were all pointing the same way, and that the tool was dirty. I mean, he was a stickler about that. And so I've seen Dad fire grown men because they handed him nails in the wrong way, or they just threw his tools back in his tool boxes or on his bench or something like that. And but the most important thing I remember was that he always taught men, and he always told people what he expected. It was his business, his shop. If they were his tools, then you never went into Daddy's toolbox and took out tools without asking him. And if you got it, you always put it back. So he was kind of a iron ass, pardon my French, but he was the best teacher I've ever been around. And there is many, many grown men to this very day that still tell me those stories about Dad, and the way that he taught them how to work, responsibility. And so I think it's always carried over in my life. And I just can't thank him enough about what he did for me, for my brothers, for the people around him. He was truly one of a kind. And I love to tell his stories about him. There's so many stories that I could tell you about that. He went goose hunting one time with a .38 revolver, went to put it back in his pants and in his holster, and he shot himself through the hand. He went through World War II, completely through World War II, behind enemy lines, doing things that are just unbelievable, the stories I hear. And yet he comes out, and I was probably, I don't know, I couldn't have been more than 3 or 4 years old when that happened. And I can still hear him laughing at himself that he went through the war, went through the Normandy invasion, the first fleet, and never got hurt, never received a wound. And yet he goes back home, puts his pistol in his pants and his holster on his belt, and went to put it in and shot himself in the hand. So that's a story that it has always been fascinating to me. So, and there are so many stories. He's such a wonderful man, and I miss him. I miss him terribly bad, and I miss he wasn't a big jokester. He was pretty serious about life and things, but every once in a while he would get a little bit funny, and I just loved it. But he was a man's man. He truly was, and I can't thank him enough for what he set the foundation of my life to be.
That's just so incredible. I mean, I only had my father around till he died of leukemia when I was 10 years old. And for you to be able to tell stories, it kind of makes me be able to see you a little bit better, Larry.
Oh, look, we'd have to get a bottle of scotch and sit around a fire one night, and I could tell you stories all night long. And the same thing with my grandmother, the same thing with my mother, the same thing with my grandfather, who was truly, between he and Dad, were the two instrumental parts of my life, setting the stage of my long lifetime of living that I have up until this day. And my brothers and I were the most blessed people, with the kindest, the most generous, caring, and teachable people ever. They really were. And if I have nothing else in life but to offer what I have learned, what I've been taught to others, then my life has been successful. And not only has my life been successful, but so has my grandfather, so has been my grandmother, so has been my mother, and especially my dad. And I feel like that I've honestly have lived up to their standards and to what they expected, and what they did for others. And so I feel like that, having said that, I am truly one of the most blessed people there is, because I can honestly say how much I love my grandmother and grandfather, how much I love my mom and dad. Now, were there ever some issues? Oh, heck yeah. You know that. My brothers and I, we had thousands of acres that we could run around on and just basically do what we wanted to do, when we wanted to do it, and how we wanted to do it, and how we lived to be this age. I'm still in shock sometimes, but there's a lot of stories there too. Did everybody go to sleep?
No, Kresha, we can't hear Kresha.
She's probably laughing her butt off.
I had it on mute on accident. I mean, well, I had it on mute so y'all didn't hear me
now I
clicking.
understand.
Because I'll break out and I'll cut you off, and I don't
All
mean
right,
to.
okay. Now, Kresha, now comes the question to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna put you on the spot.
I'm going to.
You ready, Kresha?
Okay.
You ready for the question, Kresha?
I guess.
What has been one of the most truthful and wonderful attributes of Larry in your life?
Don't laugh, Mom.
Kay,
Mom, go stand
come on.
outside.
We
You
need
go
some.
stand outside.
Yeah, we need some positivity here. We need some positivity.
Yeah, Kresha,
Oh,
now I want to know.
Oh, I'm telling you. Well, I'm not telling you. That's just me when I get nervous and put on the spot. I say stupid stuff like that. Okay, now what again? Attributes?
Just what is it that you admire and respect about Larry? Because I know you love him a lot.
Absolutely everything. And I don't know how to even narrow it down. I really don't. You're just an amazing, loving soul. You have been many times when any other father, whatever, any other father figure should have backhanded the crap out of me. I'm just saying, many a times. But you didn't. You never like lost you're like having faith in me, you never.
It's easier to teach you, baby.
Yeah, and that's what you've done. I don't know. It's nice. It's wonderful, actually, to have I mean, technically you're my stepfather, but you have been in my life for 23 years,
Yep.
give or take, 22, 23 years.
Yep.
And I mean, you've been the most influential person in my life. You're just, I don't know, you have all these things, all these nice, wonderful qualities that you obviously got from your dad, your grandfather, your mom, your grandmother, from your elders, people that raised you. And you, I don't know, you just have a gentle way of loving me. And it's just nice. It's nice and it's constant. It's not with conditions. It's not conditional.
I don't put conditions.
That's the best part. That's the best part.
How many people on this live stream want to give a shout out to America's dad? Because Larry is, to me, America's dad.
Oh
Mhm.
no! Look, there are many more great dads out there. I just want my family to understand that there are values in life, and
Yeah.
there are ways to deal with problems in life, and just take a minute, think about things, and do the right thing. It's not complicated. It's just not complicated. And people tend to make life complicated because they think there's an answer out there in the bushes someplace. Well, it's not. Just
I use
do the right thing and enjoy life. Because I got news for everybody out here.
it.
It's getting out free.
It's just Robbie says he reminds me that I need to be like him, a Christian that loves peoples.
I love
Thank
people.
you.
You know,
Thank you, Robbie.
if there's anything in life, even people that have done wrong, and look, I've been don't think I haven't, but even people that have done me wrong, and I've got a few in particular, and I still love them, and I've seen them change their ways, and they're turning into really good people. And every once in a while, some don't. But you know what? It still doesn't mean that I pray for them. It still won't. It doesn't mean that I don't care for them. I just pray that they change their life, and their life is they have a successful, fulfilling life.
Sleuth and Sandals says you could write the manual on fatherhood, Larry. Short and simple, unconditional love.
That's it. And I'll tell you, the book that I'd rather write, and I would be the happiest to write, is being the grandpa and teaching grandchildren the right and the wrong of life. Uh, I've enjoyed being a dad. I've enjoyed changing as being a dad. But I have loved being a grandpa.
And I've seen it in action. You are one heck of a dad and granddad. Those kids just adore you.
I got a picture this morning of a picture we took many years ago. In fact, I had forgot about it. And I've got so many of my grandchildren around me in a pool. I think we were in Houston, Kay told me.
Tell Kresha we were at the Castle House. Father's Day.
Kresha, we were at the Castle House in Houston.
Apple Valley.
And I have that picture, and I see how many grandchildren in there, Kay? Like 100?
No.
99.
But anyhow, so many of our grandchildren. I mean, it was just an amazing picture. And honestly, I'd forgot about it. And it brought tears to my eyes because those grandchildren, they're all getting old. Damn.
They're all big. Yeah, they're all freaking big now. I'm like, what the hell?
I mean, that's the truth. Now it's the great grandchildren.
Well,
but, thank you for those kind words. I really do appreciate it.
Katie, you deserve it. Yeah, I don't tell you enough.
Katie H says, Happy Father's Day. My dad died of a heart attack in his sleep in 2017. Part of me died. Do you have anything you would like to share with Katie H?
I first of all, I'm sorry for the passing of your dad, but I'm going to put a little humor in this. I want to get shot at 85 in the butt, making love to a 25-year-old when
oh my Lord,
25-year-old husband shoots me.
Mom, come take his place. I just figured.
Kay might have something to say to that. Kay might have something to say to that.
I'm just putting a little humor in it.
Yeah, that's a crazy random thought.
Yeah, but I've always said that, and but I'm sorry for your dad's passing, and I hope that anything I say or do will make you feel somewhat a little bit better. And I'm not everybody's daddy. I'm not everybody's grandpa, but come on, let's just enjoy the time we have. And God gave me the ability to communicate with people. I've always talked in front of crowds. I love talking in front of crowds. The only thing that I regret is that I don't have a voice.
What happened?
I don't know what happened.
Okay,
he definitely don't have a voice at this moment.
Silence. Mom, what'd you do? Okay, you back? We lost you for a minute. You there? That's not a good spot. That was so random.
Boy, he's very perceptive, ain't he? He says, I just want a voice, and then all of a sudden. Definitely.
And I got shut up.
Twice. Wow.
Okay.
So
what other earth-changing questions do y'all want to ask?
Larry, I got a good one, Larry. What about the young fathers of America? What do you think of them, and do you have any advice for the young fathers?
Yes, the young fathers of today are the same young fathers of my age. We were young and dumb, and thank God I had a mentor in my life. I had mentors in my life. And if there's anything that I strongly suggest to any young man today is don't be afraid to listen to people who have lots of experience. And I was so blessed that I had my grandfather who I just worshiped, and I had my dad who I loved more than anybody. And even with some faults he had, even with, I mean, just growing up faults, and it's just understanding after so many years the reasons why certain people and why people do certain things at a certain age. And I just feel that I was fortunate. But to young people today, learn, listen to your elders sometimes, not always, but listen to them. Love your children. If there's anything in life that's going to change society today, is young men and young women loving their children, protecting their children, and guiding their children. Do the right thing. What can be more simple in life than that? And if I could get on national TV and everybody wouldn't laugh at my country the way I am, it's just enjoy. Give back to your children so your children can give back as they get older. And there's it's a choice and a consequence, and make right decisions.
Hey, listen up. Carrie Ann has a question,
Okay.
and she's asked, what was your most precious memory of being a father that always touched your heart and still does to this day? What's your most precious memory as a father?
When my children told me they loved me, to this day, this very moment, if my children call me, and not only my children, Jason, God, and Kresha's my child, and Todd. Todd called me today to wish me happy Father's Day. So many young men, so many young women that I've been around for so long that call me and they say happy Father's Day. But the most important thing they say is, I love you. And there is not a time when one of them calls that one of them needs something that I'm not there for them. But just those few words, I love you, and say it and mean it, and go to sleep at night, enjoying life and enjoying your children, because guess what? The probability is we're all going to have grandchildren. So that's another a set of youngins that you've got to start teaching, and then you get your grandchildren, and if I'd have known that my grandchildren and my great grandchildren were going to be this much
you
fun,
just skipped having kids.
yeah, I'd have just skipped the kids, because those kids, those grandkids, and those great grandkids, they just keep you so young, and they're so smart. Sometimes I get with my grandkids, and it's like, where do y'all learn all of this?
From you, Papa.
Yeah, and no, I can turn my cell phone on, okay, and I can turn it off, but it's what they can do in between there that just amazes me.
Listen to this question. This
Okay.
is from Kathy Watson.
Okay, Kathy Watson.
Larry, if one good thing came from this tragedy your family has suffered, it's that the world was introduced to Larry Woodcock along with your love and wisdom. Happy Father's Day to you. It's not a question. I just got your attention.
Thank you so much for that. Y'all just don't know how much this means to Kay and I. I wish there was a way that I could thank everybody at one time in a drawing that says thank you for everything y'all do for us. Because I will tell you right now, without the support of so many people, more people than I know, that just randomly send us thank you. We're praying for you that I mean, I hope and I pray that no one ever has to go through what our family has gone through. I pray that. I pray and ask for that. But
and we'll learn.
Nobody has given us back. People just don't realize how important that is to us, because without that, I don't even see how you can go through life with this for 3 years without that support. And I truly mean this to everybody in the world, everybody that is suffering, the war going on in Europe, the all over this world. Thank you so much. And there's so many tragedies like this. I mean, it's just every day. And for us to be in the spotlight as we are, which we never intended to be, this was not our intention. Our intention was to find 2 children. That's what our intention
Or to
was.
prevent it. Oh, sorry.
And it's turned into worldwide phenomenon. And I can't thank people enough. So for everybody out there, thank you for your blessings. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your kind thoughts. And just if you can just do one thing that I've asked, or try to do one thing I ask, is just take care of your children, take care of your, like in my case, take care of your wife, love your wife, love your ex-wife or ex.
Love yourself. You
Yeah.
have to love yourself too.
Absolutely.
Right? Do you think that's true?
Share it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never be afraid to tell somebody you love them, because nobody's promised tomorrow. We just lost a close member of our family, 51 years of age. Beautiful, beautiful young lady. I've known her since she was delivered, and just lost her in one moment. And so, my prayers and support for the families out there. I just do the right thing.
Yeah, I do want to share this from Kathy. She's my wonderful moderator, one of my wonderful moderators. So she keeps everybody in line and chat. She's much appreciated. And she sent a poem to me through Messenger. So I'm going to share it real quick. It says, "To the daughter who has to wake up Father's Day without her daddy. I get it. I get that he will be the last. Oh my gosh. I get that he will be the last thing on your mind when you go to bed Saturday night, and he will be the very first thing on your mind when you wake up Sunday morning. I get it. I get the broken heart, the lump in your throat, that physical ache deep, deep down in your belly. I get it. I get the wanting of him, the needing of him. I get the longing for even just one more moment with him. I get it. I get that pain that your chest feels when the phone rings and your mind fleets for even just a moment when you think it could be him. I get it. I get that yearning for just one more conversation, just one more piece of advice, just one more comforting hug, because is there anything better than a daddy hug? The answer is no. I get it. I get the fake smile that you will wear, the forced laughter that you will have, the "yeah, I'm okay, thanks for asking" that you will respond with on this day. I get it. So daughter who has to wake up Father's Day without her daddy, while on that day, oh, I'm gonna cry. Okay. So daughter who has to wake up Father's Day without her daddy, while on that day you may feel more alone than ever, please know that you are not. Because this daughter right here, the one who has to wake up on Father's Day without her daddy, she gets you. She really, really gets you. Author unknown. Oh, that was very touching.
That is very, very true. I
Thank
promise
you.
and the one thing too that I want to say, our lives not only affect our children, our grandchildren and great grandchildren. It affects so many other people that you meet and deal with on a daily basis. And I just feel that everybody has an opportunity to do better than we do. And look, I will tell you right now that there's not a day goes by that I don't learn something about life. I love to listen to other people. I love to gain uh, the experience of other people, and
Yeah.
even some of the things I don't truly believe in, but I'll listen to them because I want to try to understand what brings them to try to be somebody that they're not. And I just I just my heart hurts for people that act that way.
Yeah. It's so I love your realness, your genuineness. That's also, you can add that to the list, KJ.
Well, that
Yeah.
poem kind of that poem kind of made me, kind of get a little emotional. I was kind of stepping back a minute.
I figured that when I was reading it, and but it's true, and everybody's losses, they're valid, they're valid, and it's okay to talk about it. Please talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, holding all that stuff in is not good.
Oh, absolutely not.
Plus, you get to share the wisdom with everybody else.
That's right.
Or those that deserve to hear it, those who earn the right to hear it.
Well, anybody can listen to me, and if they somewhat enjoy my way, then fine. If they don't, it's okay too. The great thing about America today is every television has a mute button.
Yeah. Okay, what you trying to say?
Really?
I know you can click out if you don't like
That's
it.
right. If you don't like it,
yeah, move around.
But I just like to listen. I do, and try to understand people, and so I'm, that's just me though.
No, that's good. I agree. I know that ever since this happened, I have a very hard time not talking over people. Like, I try not to. I really do work on it now because I don't like that. I don't like talking over people, but it came out of this fear or whatever, that like I wasn't gonna be able to talk to you again or talk to mom again, and so it's like blah, 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 and then it's like overload for whomever's on the receiving end, and then you're like, oh my God. But I mean, it sucks, but adapt and overcome,
Well, it's another life lesson, baby, that we all need to try to open ourselves up and enjoy life and just let's move forward. And there's good things in life and there's bad things. I mean, if you think you're going to go through life, as a snowflake, you're not. And,
Snowflake.
and
I'm just, I don't know why it made me chuckle.
and if
You're a
you
delicate snowflake.
and I want everybody to understand, if you think I won't crawl you in a heartbeat, I will.
That's what I'm talking about.
But that's not what my life's about. If I feel like I need to speak up, say something, then I do it. Life's not complicated, and I'm not looking for anybody to get mad at me. But if you do, let's talk about it. And I can laugh at myself. I promise you that. I can absolutely laugh at myself. And I get a kick out of it because sometimes a few times I go back and listen to some of these interviews, and sometimes I say, oh my God, country has come to town. And but I just tell you what I think. And there's a rooster, there's a hen, there's a cow, there's a bull, and
there's a woodcock.
there's
I'm like, how much wood could a woodcock cock if a woodcock could cock wood?
there you go. There you go. If you
I
only
feel
knew
like
how many times I've heard that in my lifetime. And I got another story, KJ, I'll tell you sometime about my name. But it would have to be with a bottle of scotch and around a campfire.
Well, I'll tell you what, we build really good campfires here in Tennessee.
Oh,
Y'all let us, you let us know you're coming, and we'll spoil y'all rotten.
Well, let us know when you're coming back, and you've already been spoiled rotten, and we continue to do that.
Y'all gave me the most wonderful, wonderful memories I'll never in my life ever forget. Y'all proved to me how strong and resilient and real your family really is. There's a lot of love there.
Oh, you just got to reach out and meet the rest of them. If you think I got something, you ought to listen to them. And am I too old? Well, all three of my boys, I'll tell you right now, they will keep you rolling. And I can't tell you enough about how they are and their families, because, oh my God, I love them to death. Each one of my boys married a woman that just fit my boys.
Mm-hmm.
I could have never went out and done an interview with 1,000 women for each one of them and said, yep, you're the one. They did this on their own. They got phenomenal wives, beautiful wives, and
good.
They blessed me with, oh my God, the most wonderful grandchildren and great grandchildren. And so I'm without a doubt the most blessed man in I feel like, for what I've been given.
Well, when you said earlier that we're all going to have grandkids, I've got a 23-year-old son, a 29-year-old son, and a 31-year-old son, and there ain't no woman in sight that they're interested in, and I want to be a grandmother.
Okay.
I promise you, it happens. It's going to be like, oh my
in God's
God,
time.
where are all these kids coming from?
I think you'll be okay with that, huh, KJ?
Y'all have got such a beautiful family. Y'all really do.
Oh, I love my family. I can't say enough about them, and they're such hard workers. They're such amazing providers, and they've given me the most amazing grandchildren and great grandchildren that God could bestow on somebody. So, and nice. It's like, Kresha's children and Jason's children. I'm amazed at these kids. They're just so amazing. And obviously we were so blessed. We were blessed beyond our comprehension when we had Canaan and he came into our life, and what he taught us about life in his short 7 years. What he taught me about life is what I tried to project to everybody else, that our time is short. We need to be honest. We need to love, and we need to understand. I never had an understanding because I was never situationally aware of what autism was. And now I can't get enough of those children. I love them. Oh my God, I love them.
Brutally honest.
Oh, absolutely.
Brutally honest.
They are. and they're so loving. I just can't. I can't. I thank God. I thank God every day for what He gave to Kay and I, and Todd, and allowed to be in our life for 7 years, because it changed my life without a doubt. Totally changed my life. And so people come in your life, they go out of your life, but generally everybody leaves something in your life. And I was left, Kay and I were left with a busload of what JJ left us. And I can never thank God enough. I can never thank JJ enough for that. And do I wish he was here? Oh my God, absolutely. There's not a moment that I did. I would give everything for him to be with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know that, Kresha.
Everybody knows that. Everybody here knows that. I mean, and I would too. I would gladly change places. And
absolutely. Just for that, I asked the question one time. It's the what ifs with JJ. And that is the hardest thing for me to, it's the hardest thing is what if, what would be, what could be.
Right. I have a couple little short videos back here. I mean, if it's okay if I share.
Sure. Absolutely.
The first one is 28 seconds, and it was me scaring JJ when he was a baby. But and then
are you nosy? No. Yeah. You're trying to read his messages, huh?
Hey, stop!
just them two, those two right there, Ashlyn and JJ.
That's a good one.
That is. And this one is my favorite. This one's my favorite because JJ is, you'll see, he looks like he's recognizing himself. I don't know. It's really cool.
JJ, what are you doing? Are you having a staring contest with yourself? Who's winning, JJ?
I win.
You win.
I'm gonna win.
So yeah, I win. And I'm like that. I always looked in the mirror. There's one right
But
there.
you know why he did that, huh?
Because he was having
Charles.
Well, I know Mom always told me she's like, you're so much like your Uncle Charles. And I was like, why? Because you always have your mirror pointed at you. And I was like, well, what if I have a booger or something?
Hey, there was never, ever,
He never passed
there was never, ever a mirror that he couldn't pass, look at himself and admire himself.
But he wasn't vain. And like, he wasn't conceited. He was confident, but he wasn't conceited.
Charles's way, but he was not vain to other people.
He never met a mirror he didn't like.
Yeah, he never met a mirror that he didn't like, your mom says.
I tell him too.
And we
Hey,
all
Mom.
laughed about it. And the great thing is, Kresha, he laughed about it.
Well, and that's what's awesome. I love being cut from the same cloth. I do. I absolutely am honored. I am blessed to be cut from the same cloth as these great people before me, of my aunts and my uncles and my grandparents and my great grandparents and so on and so forth. And it really means a lot to me.
I'm going to buy that stand you're talking about, because I look like I weigh 900 pounds in this.
you
And
don't.
now I'm going to get vain. Actually, I'm looking at the TV for the first
Don't
time.
do that. It's a big screen
I'm
TV.
looking at the picture on the screen, and I thought the picture on the screen was horrible. Now that I look at the picture on the TV, oh my God.
Stop it. All you have to do, look, Larry, when he goes on a diet, he literally like will say, "Oh yeah, I'm going on a diet," and then he like skips a meal, and he looks like he lost 20 pounds, and I'm like, "Yeah." Now that is one thing I don't really like about you.
Yeah, let me tell you
I'm
something.
envious.
When you turn 75, it's getting harder to do that.
Well, damn, if I can live that long with my extra weight I'm carrying around, geez.
Oh,
I
yeah.
talk about, look, I need to stop talking about food because I'm gaining weight as we speak.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, one
But
thing I'd like to point out, y'all already know this, but it just dawned on me earlier, and that Charles was a father of biological children that he loved. He was a father of stepchildren that he loved, and he was a father of an adopted son that he loved. And he had all those different ways of being a father, and he met it head on.
He did. He never backed up from his responsibility to his family and especially to his children. And I am so happy that in the 20 years that I was there to meet and understand Charles and his complexity. Charles was a very intelligent man, and the complexities and the way that he felt, the way he loved. I'm so thankful, and I thank God every day, every moment that I had those 7 years with JJ to understand him and what he offered to life, what he could have offered to life, what he should have offered to life, and what life would have been with him.
yeah, well said. It really is well said. And mom, if mom, caca, mom. That's my call. Oh hell, what was it I was gonna ask? Oh, like I'm trying to, let me see how I'm gonna do this. When we were going through all the stuff in the house, the hurricane house where KJ came, and you showed me some Father's Day cards and stuff that
Yeah.
from Lori and the kids. And I don't know if she wants to jump on camera or not, but
She's in the kitchen. She's listening.
Okay. Well, okay. So what did most of those cards say? Now that we look at it and you're like, oh my gosh. I'm asking a question kind of. What did the cards say that Lori gave to Uncle Charles for Father's Day and birthdays and stuff like that?
Remind me, babe, because I'm going to be the first one to tell everybody and admit to everybody. I've had to set Lori away from my memory bank because I get
Oh no, I get that. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Well, I'll just tell the story. Whenever we were all going and cleaning, and at the hurricane house or whatever, and Mom and Larry had a bunch of Uncle Charles's stuff. Okay, to pots and pans, even. Well, we had run across me and Mom or whatever had run across quite a few cards that were from Lori and the kids, or just Lori to Uncle Charles, or what I mean. She would always sign them and stuff like that, but all the cards were so vain. Like they spoke so much to me because about who she really was, and I didn't know. But basically, like, happy Father's Day. You're so lucky to have me. You're so blessed because I'm in your life. It was always about her.
Yeah.
Even though it was a gift.
Well, everything, Kresha, was made
Definitely.
generally about her, in her life and her perception of her life. She was
Yeah.
probably one of the most insecure people that I think I've ever met.
Yeah. That's
Sounds
crazy.
narcissistic to me.
Totally.
Sounds like it when I saw that. I was like, wow. Whew,
Maybe just maybe she signed those cards like that because she wanted to make him think, she probably knew he was too good for her, and she was
Well, that's
trying to
exactly
take
right.
him down a notch or two. Maybe
Yeah.
that's the reason. I don't know.
AJ, Lori is a user of people.
Yes.
And all you have to do is watch her in anything that on TV, any interview, anything in the courthouse. She's a user of people. And I told Kay in 2017, that there was something wrong. And I never in my life ever anticipated how true that statement was and how seriously wrong she was.
Well, I know that Charles's brothers, they sensed something was going wrong too. But you were very perceptive in that you knew something. You had this gut feeling, you had something inside of you that was telling you this.
Yeah.
Well, it was my intuition. And if there's anything in life that I've learned to accept, is my intuition. My intuition has saved me unbelievable, countless money, hurt, and love from some people that I even in my intuition telling me they were good people, that I was a little bit standoffish to, but I learned to understand them, and that's the most important thing in life. You got to understand people, and
Yeah.
and so for that, I feel like that my intuition was right on that, and it's carried through to this very, very day.
Well, I do know that my husband is my barometer, and y'all spent hours talking, and I trust him beyond anyone on this earth, and he truly loves you, Larry. I love you. We love your family. If y'all ever need us for anything, all you have to do is ask.
Well, I can promise you, you're welcome to break bread in my house anytime, baby.
Well, hey, real quick, I want to go ahead and I have a comment posted right here, and it says it's Nancy Prater, y'all. This is JJ's other aunt. From his. Okay, I haven't been able to break the news. I was waiting for today to break the news to everybody, but it seems like everybody else got to break it before I did. But Jason came home the other night, and I was editing a video, and I totally freak out when I hear anybody just say, "Hey, I got to talk to you." I'm like, "Oh my God." It's like the worst thing you can say. Cause then I'm like, is it bad? Is it good? Is it somebody? What? And he knows that, and so I was like, what? And like who? And he said, Mandy. And I just kind of let that, whatever, absorb that a little bit. And then, I just started thinking about it. And I already just knew that it wasn't good. And then, yeah, so this is Nancy Prater. She is JJ's other biological aunt.
Mandy's twin sister.
Yeah, it's Mandy's twin sister.
I didn't know they were twins.
Yes, they are.
Well, crap, Nancy, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. Because y'all are like my cousins who are twins, do not look alike. Wow. I'm so sorry for your loss, honey. I really am.
Yes,
I
we are.
we,
We were so saddened by this, Kresha. I mean, we lost JJ. Now we've lost. I mean, this
it sucks.
it sucks. It really does. Uh, Mandy, Mandy was part of the life, and and to let you know, Kresha, that Todd called this evening or earlier. Uh, I broke the news to him, and your mom was right here with me, and then he had, because he's only allowed a certain amount of time on the phone. Then a little bit later, not long ago, right, not long before this video chat started, he called back, and he is brokenhearted. You know that they were
That was
all
his best friend, really.
right, exactly, for like
They were
7
toxic for
years.
each other, but the best thing that came out of them was JJ. You
Absolutely.
know,
Oh,
I
totally.
mean, but that was like his best friend, and so look, I was recording a video, and look, I'm gonna share this with y'all. I mean, it's gonna be sound, not for chat, not for Lori. Let's see. I don't know how. Oh, okay, wait. Wait. Ah. Found out that I haven't even really dealt with it yet. I don't know how. JJ's birth mom, Mandy. JJ's birth mom, Mandy, died last night. So I've been in here. I don't know. It just really sucks. Mandy was a good person. She had a good heart. She gave me my nephew. It just sucks. I just want my brother to be okay. Don't worry about him. He's in rehab. I'm not going to say it gets easier, but I mean, it is what it is. It just sucks. At least I know she's with her son. And she's with Kylie and Charles, Uncle Charles, and Joe, and Tammy. And she's holding her baby. So, sorry about that. I didn't even think I was going to say it. So, but now I won't have to sit here anymore and go and, I mean, it's 4:53 in the morning. So, just thank y'all for entertaining me at least, you know, and just being here. I really do appreciate you. It just gets kind of crazy sometimes. And then I have my dad, my real dad. I have a baby brother. He's like 2. Aiden is his name. And his mommy died just a couple of weeks ago, and I haven't even been able to. I can't even deal with it, like to even tell my dad anything. It sucks. It's gonna be okay. It has to. Well, we'll win. I promise. It already is. But anyways, so what do y'all think? I know that it's crazy that I have not read this. I went back to it. I'm sorry. Which is filming, but still. I just needed to get my mind off things. Thank y'all. I really do appreciate it. I really do. Just please keep Mandy in your prayers and her family. My brother, please. That's the most important thing right now. Thank you. Love always wins. Okay. That was tough because Jason came in and told me about Mandy, and I was recording here, and so I continued on, and then I just broke out into tears, and with that, and I was like, okay, well, I got that out. Now I don't have to sit in here anymore. I can, I was just in here because my mind was just, how mom gets when her mind's on something, she starts cleaning every damn thing in the house. I kind of do the same thing. I mean, I'll fiddle and do all kinds of stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And so Mandy was a very good person. She really was. Nancy, you already know that though, but I just want to share this with you that she always was so positive. I wish I had everything lined up, because I'd forgotten it was Father's Day actually until KJ said it earlier when we were talking earlier before the stream. And I've been like just slammed all day. Jason's in the hospital. He just got out of ICU and had surgery and all that in one day. And there's a lot going on, and it just gets overwhelming sometimes. But I have a screenshot of Mandy saying that she forgave Lori and Chad, but I don't know it word for word. So I don't know. I plan on doing something in memory of her, because her voice counts. Her life mattered. Everybody's life matters. Everybody here, and everybody in chat, everybody who watches this video tomorrow, the next day, and 10 years from now, your life matters. And so while you're here, please don't wait on, like me, don't wait to appreciate and value your family until something tragic happens. I mean, hopefully that never happens, but just that's my advice to everyone, is just love everybody. You don't have to agree with them, but you can just show respect. Just share what you want done to you, how you want to be treated. I don't know. Nobody knows anybody else's walk or path in life. We don't know where that person has been. We don't know if that one time you happen to run across this person, if you can change their life by just being nice. What if that is the one thing that they needed to hear that changes the whole trajectory of their life? Because many of you have done this very thing right now. So,
Can I say something?
yes.
Never wait till you go to the funeral home and look down in a coffin and say, I love you.
Yeah. Good advice. Good advice. Hey, Nancy, I don't know if you can email me. Well, let's see, before she leaves out. I mean, I don't even know what her service is, or, I don't even know. I have just been unable to. Let me share this real quick.
Kresha,
All right.
the next question coming out was, I have looked every day, or I say every day, every time I've been on Facebook for information regarding Mandy, I have seen nothing. So please, if you acquire that information, please share it with us because it is very important to us.
Yeah, same. Yeah. So Nancy, that's my email address that I just shared. It's Kresha01 or Kresha0123@gmail.com. If you can reach me or email me, then I can't do that on YouTube. YouTube's not user friendly where you can just share info and stuff. But yeah, I'm definitely sorry for your loss and your family's loss. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Yes, she is being viewed tomorrow for 3 hours, then cremated. Okay.
Where at?
Where at? Yeah, I know. But thank y'all so much. It's just crazy because it just has been piling on for me, and my dad. I have a little baby brother. He's 2, and his mom died a couple weeks ago, and I've just like not. I don't know. Then Mandy, and no, I mean it's just overwhelming, and I just can't. I want to handle it, but I freeze. And I don't know how to handle things because I'm scared. I'm traumatized. And then Jason's in the hospital. I detach a little bit when he does that, and I finally figured out why, and it's because I'm scared to death of losing him. I'm scared, honestly. Just being honest and vulnerable and real. I'm not. I know that things happen, but Jesus, I just want a little break.
Sometimes there is a break in life, baby.
Right.
Sometimes you deal with it every day, every minute, and it's just part of life.
Mm-hmm.
It is nothing. You just be happy that your children are safe. Be happy that you're doing so fine now. Be happy that your mom's in good health and your friends are in good health. But dying is part of life, and I've seen more dying than probably most people, and it's just part of life, and we have to accept that and just be kind to people. It's that simple.
Nancy Prater, this is KJ. When Kresha said that Mandy forgave Chad and Lori, that tells me all I need to know, because if people in this world cannot understand that we cannot be forgiven by God unless we forgive, and that's just old KJ's belief, speaks volumes about Mandy and the truthfulness of her love. And I my condolences to you, Nancy Prater.
KJ, I absolutely believe that, and I accept that. But I'll be the first one to tell everybody in the world I have a hard time forgiving, and I don't think I have, and I want to, and I truly mean that. But they took something. They took something that was just everything to me. And I know it's not about me. And I truly, one day, and maybe January, February, March, whenever this ends, maybe I can forgive them. And I do forgive them in the way that I want to forgive them. I just can't convince myself, and I've really tried, that I truly can get on my knees and say that I've forgiven them, because what they did was wrong. It was so wrong. in every way.
In so many ways they could have done it differently.
And it was such an easy problem to them. All they had to do was call us. Send up a smoke signal. Call a friend and tell them to call us. Call the sheriff's department. It did not have to end this way. And I'm the first one to admit to everybody, and I have to admit that. And I don't want to die still hating them, because I did. And I want to forgive them. But it was so wrong what those two people did. And not only them, what that whole jerk of circles people did. Well, as I tell Kay, but I don't want to say it on, it's circle jerk of people did to those two kids, and to the people that lost their lives, that don't have the integrity to speak up and say something. For that, I'll never forgive any of them. But I am really wanting to. But I've got to have closure on this. And I want closure on it. But I just can't give it to them yet. I can't.
My 21-year-old baby brother was murdered in Rowan County, Kentucky. And I want you to know something, Larry. You know, he was shot between the eyes. He was thrown into the trunk of a Saturn vehicle and rode around Rowan County, Kentucky for 10 days. And the only way that law enforcement could find out about it was the guy was riding around with my brother in the trunk, and his girlfriend started smelling something. And she went to her parents, and that's how it all unfolded. And they had to cut my brother's legs off from the knee to get him out of the trunk. And I'm just telling you that if I'd have held on to all that, regardless of, you know, this whole idea of you got to forgive in order to be forgiven by God, it would have ripped my life to shreds. And I saw all of y'all in the backyard moving forward in your life, doing the very best you can. I know you're hurt, and I know you've got heartbreak, and we all want to see justice. And I know I have confidence. I have confidence that you, Kay, and y'all's family are going to get through this just fine. I know it's hard. And even though I've experienced what I have no idea, because you are Larry, and that is Kay and Kresha and the rest. Y'all are going to have to deal with things your own way. But I love you, and I know God loves you, and I know that with God, all things are possible.
Amen. That is so true. And I promise you, KJ, I just absolutely want to get past this. And I do for periods of time. But I just watched those videos of that little man. That was so unnecessary. It was so unnecessary. And I don't want to die with that burden on my soul. And I truly mean that. But I don't think anybody understands how much I love that little man. And what they did was so wrong. It was so wrong and so unnecessary. But thank you for your support. Thank everybody for your support. I've said that several times today. But
we all pray. The ones that do pray, we all pray for your family. We love you. We're here for you. It goes without saying. And you spoke, and Kay spoke earlier when I was down in Louisiana, how because people were so emotionally supportive to y'all that y'all felt like y'all were given a burst of energy. And OKJ has my own belief system, and I believe that God makes all things possible.
Absolutely. Totally agree with that, baby. I just, I can't state it any other way than what you just said. But it was so wrong. It was just so wrong.
Well, you don't want to hear OKJ talk about it being so wrong, because then you'd start hearing really colorful language, and you probably want to bend me over your knee and spank me, because I am outraged. I'm very angry. Trust me, I'm probably the only one on YouTube willing to say what I got to say, whether people like it or not. It's a good thing I erase my videos, though, don't you think?
No, I don't think you have to. But, just again, it was a terrible tragedy. It was unnecessary. And I beg God, I pray to God that I can get past this. But as an old man, uh, this was so unnecessary, so unnecessary.
I
Tell
put,
her that there's no volume.
Larry, I put on there. Do you,
I'm here, but I just felt like you've said it all, Larry. And I'm just,
Well,
I
there's
just,
nothing
my
coming.
heart is heavy. And when your heart gets heavy, you get a little bit silent. And
Absolutely.
I'm a firm believer in that still small voice. And that still small voice is telling me to keep my mouth shut.
I understand, baby. And you just don't know how hard it is for me to truly not express what I have to say. But
Well, you're just a measured man. And I mean, you're measured in your words. Kay, she's measured. Y'all are very level-headed. Y'all are looking ahead. Y'all see things in totality in a lot of ways. And that's a big burden to put on any family. And I'm right there with you on how you're feeling.
yeah,
I promise you, I never met JJ or Tylee or Tammy or Charles or even Joe. I didn't meet none of them. But what I've said in the past is we see, a lot of us, we see these people through y'all's eyes, because y'all are willing to communicate that with us. And it reminds us of our families and our uncles and our nephews and our sons and our grandchildren, which I ain't got grandkids yet, but you know what I'm saying.
I do. I absolutely do. And as we've told you in person, I don't think there's a way we could have gone through this without losing our faith, without maybe losing our minds, and losing some of the love that we have without the support of the people involved in this, good people, and that cared about JJ, that cared about Charles and Tammy, and even Joe, and probably others uh, involved in this case that just simply cannot be connected at this point, and probably never will. But I hope people appreciate our honesty. This is all we tried to deliver and to speak about is the way we feel, our honesty in this, and respect our our privacy, and we're not on here all the time. And I would love to come on every once in a while and just talk about life in general. But when the questions come from out about JJ and Tylee, and I get very emotional, simply because it was not necessary.
Well, I know one thing's for sure. I know that, you know, that y'all are strong, you're resilient, and you have a lot of love to give. And
That I do.
and
Come on, can y'all hear me?
if you've
Yeah,
got that,
we
if
can.
you've got
Duh.
that, you got everything.
Where you been, girl? Sleep.
I was silenced. I even backed out and came back in. I was like,
This
well,
is going to
I'm not talking, but
Hey, this is the KJ and Larry show.
hey, I'm okay with that. Like I could, yes, it's
KJ?
beautiful. I love hearing y'all. KJ always has the best questions. I mean, just make
She
you think
does.
outside the box. She's always been able to do that. And Larry, I have one question because
Sure.
it's something that KJ asked me when she was in, and she asked me, "What does happen?" Oh, she asked you too, but
What's up,
I guess
baby?
I'll ask you now. What does happiness look like to you? What does happiness mean to you? Because happiness means different things for different people.
Enjoying people around me, enjoying good conversation, enjoying a good cup of coffee, enjoying time with my family. Thank God I'm 75 years old, and I just had another knee replaced, and
Yes.
having a little bit of issue with my sciatic. But that to me is thankfulness to God that I've been able to live this long, experience what I've lived, to give back to others. How much happiness can you take in your life when you've been given that much in your life? And so, I mean, I'm telling you, if Wayne and KJ lived here, it would be like another family, another brother here, and another sister here, because I've got people in my life that I consider my brother, my sisters, and my boys that biologically aren't mine, but that just I just love them, and I don't mind telling them I love them, and I've got friends from all over the country and all over the world, and when I talk to them, I it's like I want it to be like we're sitting down having a cup of coffee in the morning, and no one's around us, and we can just talk, whether it wants to be family, business, uh, pistols, rifles, cars, trucks, whatever it may be. I'm just, like I said, I've got another sister and another brother from another mother and from another mister.
Sister from another mister. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sounds
that's a blessing. That's
yeah.
a blessing.
That sounds like one heck of a YouTube channel. That's what it sounds like to me.
I think so.
I don't think so.
Can y'all
Because
just
all I'd be
imagine?
a whiny old man.
No, you're real. KJ's real. You
She is.
know,
Oh my God.
that's what I love about her.
That's
Her
what we
and
need.
Miss
We need in this world, Larry. We need more people to speak truth and just be real, because
Yeah,
it
everybody.
slices through. It slices through all of the nonsense and all of
the
the plastic fakery.
Yeah. You know, I wish that there was a channel for just us old
Oh.
people that we could share back to
There
others.
is.
Well, you can. That's what you do.
Well, I mean,
That's what you're doing.
there is, but I don't belong to any of those. If there's a channel, I don't belong
I'll
to
have
it.
to help you. But if I make a channel for you, then nobody will ever watch my channel.
Oh, yeah.
I told him a couple months ago that he needs to have a YouTube
I
channel
know.
and just
I
just
know.
get on it and just talk, because that is what Larry Woodcock is very, very good at.
It's healing for him. I know. I spelled Winsboro wrong. But I mean, for real, Larry, if you are, I mean, because I've heard that a couple times now. And so if that is something you are really, wanting, I will go teach you. It's so easy.
You have to
Once
teach
it, only because you
You
have
have
a
to teach
teacher.
Kay,
I don't
baby.
have a damn
She's
teacher.
going to be my assistant.
Well, I can
No.
tell you this right now. You better listen to Kay, because that's one savvy woman.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? Oh my God, it is. It's she is so amazing, so unbelievable.
And beautiful, too.
Oh yeah, she's a hottie.
And oh Lord, okay, calm down. But yeah, hey Mom, I want to tell you Happy Father's Day also for the years you did it on your own.
Isn't that the truth?
And to all you ladies out there, I mean, and I say the same when it's Mother's Day. I tell everybody who is a parent, who is parenting, co-parenting, step parenting, mentoring, reaching out, just whatever. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
I mean, to love is beautiful. It's when we hate. That's when we need to start. We need to start really
Well,
not stressing the hate and really lay the love on.
the more you hate, the more time you lose in life on the real things that matter in life.
It robs you, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm typing and stuff. Yeah.
Hey y'all, Kay just told me dinner is being served. Kresha, thank you
Oh,
for inviting me.
thank you
KJ,
for being here.
I just, you and Wayne are special, and so are all the rest of our viewers. And thank
Supporters.
y'all so much, very much, for allowing me to sit and visit with y'all. And one of these days, I'll actually have maybe a camera that besides this
Yeah,
iPad.
you used to be a damn photographer, and you should have cameras.
I know. But
Well, it gives you a good excuse for a good Father's Day present, huh?
there you go, baby. I like that
Right.
idea.
Right, Mom?
I just remember you saying that you're ready for your next adventure. And I remember you saying that in Louisiana, that you could start another business, you could do whatever you wanted to do, and I believe it.
Mhm.
30-year-old younger wife.
Okay, Kay just said I need to get another wife and 30
All
years
right.
to keep up with.
Y'all want me to let me put Larry's stats right here now too. Just
No,
kidding.
I am too old to break another one in. No, it ain't going.
Oh.
It's like your mama said. By the time that I'm gone, she don't want another one.
No more training.
Because
Yeah, no
nobody.
more.
She says, "Who's going to take your place?"
Well, why is she asking you that?
Because I ain't going to give her no.
Exactly. Irreplaceable. That's how I feel about Jason. I love him.
I know.
I mean,
God, I love
God sent him to me, and when I first laid eyes on him, and I'd met him before, I saw him before, but this time when I saw him, I thought home. I don't know what that was. I didn't know what that meant, and I was like, why am I saying home when I see a person?
Yeah.
And I didn't know I was looking for home. I didn't know home didn't have a residence.
Let me tell you what your mom told me. She's been gone for 10 days or so. And I asked her the other night, I said, or somebody asked her, I don't even remember how the story goes, but what do you want? What do you want to do what you going to do when you come home? She said, I'm taking my clothes off. I'm taking
My
a shower.
bra.
And she said, I'm going to sit in my chair till Wednesday. And she said, I want to sleep next to you. So that's the part that means the most to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she said something
And
else.
she cooks good.
I am definitely.
She's a good cooker.
She said a couple other things too, but we don't need to go into that. But yeah, and so I'm so thankful to have her in my life, and to have you and all my children, all my grandchildren, and all my great grandchildren. They're my life, and you know, I've lost 2 grandchildren, and it's heartbreaking. I'm still it's a loss. It's a loss that you can't replace. The what if, what could be, what would it have been?
Yeah. Well, that's
Okay,
awesome.
guys. Good
That's
night to
awesome.
everybody.
We
I
love
y'all,
you.
and
Well, I love y'all too.
everybody,
Y'all love
please
always
stay safe.
wins.
Okay. Good
That
night,
is-
y'all.
it's love. Thank y'all for being here.
Nancy Prater,
And
I
Nancy-
know. Nancy Prater, I know Kresha will get that bracelet to you.
I mean, we're right here in town. I need you to email me. That's the only way I can get in touch with you. If you email me, then I can send you my number and stuff. So please do that. It's Kresha, Kresha 0123. Oh, let me find it again. Kathy, you're doing great. Thank you. I know she popped in a few times. Except right now. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. That's why. All right. It's Kresha0123@gmail.com. And if you email me, then I can talk to you and we can, definitely definitely. More than one, more than a couple would love to. So thank y'all for being here. Nancy, my heart and my love, my prayers. I would love to go again. Email me and I would love to hug you and your family and I would like that. I need that. I just want to hug y'all. So Mandy was a beautiful person. We all have our vices. We all have our flaws, but that doesn't define us. And she was the perfect example of that. She never had a negative mindset. She was always positive. And thank you. Oh, thank you. Kresha and Kay, if y'all need anything from me, I'm here. I respect and love y'all. Y'all are so brave. You are too, honey. You are too. So
And
maybe
sis,
one day.
and sis one says prayers for you all. Rest, peace in Christ Jesus. We all have the victory in Him. There is fullness of joy in the presence of God. JJ, Mandy, Tylee, Charles, Tammy, and even Joe Ryan has fullness of joy right now.
Love it. That's beautiful. Thank you, sis. I love y'all. But let's go ahead and end up. I'm gonna check on Jason and maybe go cry a little bit, but in a good way. It's good.
I love you, Kresha.
I love you too, KJ. Thank
Good
you so
night.
much. Good night, y'all. I love y'all.